Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Thursday, June 2nd. This is going to be our NBA Final Showdown video. I really haven't listened to any of the experts or the analysts or any of these guys because I didn't want anyone to sway what I was thinking about what's going to happen in these finals. But to me, this finals is about Boston taking the throne as the new dynasty in the NBA. They always had the foundation. They still have the youth. Now they have the coaching, and they have the pieces. I like Boston in 7. I think Golden State is still, a top tier. Obviously, they made it to the finals. They're still top tier, but Clay's not the same, and that's going to be the biggest. That's going to be the biggest issue for Golden State because in Golden State's heyday, it's always been Clay to bail out the Warriors in crucial situations. Like you always hear me say, Curry's never big in a big game. He never has been. Draymond's not a scorer, and Draymond's a little bit older now. They got Wiggins, they got Poole, which helps, but Clay's going to be the biggest factor whether the Warriors take out the Celtics or not. And Clay shown us that he can't do it every single game. One out of every 4 or 5 games, you get a Clay game. You know what I'm saying? Curry's going to be Curry. He's going to get his. Draymond's production has gone down because Andrew Wiggins is younger and more athletic, and Wiggins is taking a lot of his numbers. And then when they play Looney, when they have a mismatch, Looney's getting his too. They're not really playing too many guys off the bench, and when they are, they're never playing the same 2 guys in consecutive games. So you're getting Moody some games. You're getting Kuminga every few games. You're getting Bielitsa every 10 games. So you never know who's coming off the bench. Hard to play. It's very hard to play a bench player from the Warriors. Boston, you know what their rotation's going to be, right down to the T. You've seen Pritchard get less minutes, Derek White get more minutes, and I believe Derek White's going to continue getting more minutes in this series. The thing is, Miami was hunting. They were hunting Pritchard, and that's why he didn't get many minutes after game 1. But Derek White is not a defensive liability like Pritchard. Derek White can't shoot like Pritchard, but he's not a defensive liability. So Derek White is going to be heavy in that rotation. So I'm confident with Boston's rotation. I'm going to stick to what I know in Golden State rotation. And with that being said, we're gonna go through my player pool. So Tatum, obviously, Tatum's the best overall player on this slate. Yeah, we know Curry's the greatest shooter of all time, but Tatum's a two-way player, and he took down Durant, he took down Giannis, he took down Butler. I mean, his team, of course, but he was, he never wavered. When they needed a big game, he came through. After a loss, he came through. Tatum is checking all the boxes of a top star. So right now, I have Tatum the best player on this slate. It could be debatable. I'm not here to argue. I respect anyone's opinion, But the way I look at it, the way I see these series, the way I've seen Boston in these last 3 series, as I've seen Tatum evolve, right before my eyes, he's the best player on this slate. Curry's in play. Obviously, going to be very hard to get them both in one lineup, but you can sure try. Jaylen Brown, we've seen him evolve right next to Tatum. as the 1B-ish. You know, like I said, he definitely wasn't no 2 in the last series. He was definitely a 1B because he never shied away from the moment. So, you know, Jaylen Brown has earned my respect as a 1 on most teams. Unfortunately, he's playing behind Jason Tatum, but fortunately, they're on the same team and they could really, you know, make history and start a new dynasty, a new young dynasty that could run the NBA. You know, we'll see. Marcus Smart, listen, I will want Marcus Smart on my team. He just takes too many shots. You got Jaylen Brown on your team and Jason Tatum. You need to pass that ball up, boy. That's all I got to say about that. But Smart, I'm gonna try to jam Smart in as many lineups as I can. Klay Thompson, you gotta pick. You gotta. Okay, the thing is, if you want to win big in DFS, especially NBA DFS, you gotta know. You gotta learn. You gotta make a choice of when you're gonna take a chance and stick to it. My thing is, I'm not gonna play Klay Thompson every slate. I'm gonna pick a game where I think he's gonna go off and play him there, and if I'm right, I'm gonna win. That's just how it's gonna go. Because Klay Thompson will sink you. He will bury you if you play him on the wrong slate. Because sometimes he gives you nothing. Sometimes he gives you, you know, what you need. You know, that's just Klay Thompson. He doesn't have it every single game. Al Horford. Al Horford doesn't have the ceiling as Klay Thompson, but you know you're gonna get double-digit rebounds and double-digit points for the most part. Usually with game one is the filling out process, so you want to see how things play out. So you might want to play it safe with game one. You know, you got to see how they guard, you know, Boston's bigs. You got to see how Boston guards, you know, Looney and Wiggins. And from game one, it should start to give us an indication of, you know, how things are gonna go, and you know things like that. So we wanna take it light for game one. Don't go too crazy. Um, Horford's absolutely in play. I'm pretty sure they'll need Looney. Looney's in play. It's better if hopefully they start him. If they don't start Looney, I don't think I'll ever play Looney if they don't start him. It's hard for me to see them bring him off the bench to play substantial minutes. Wiggins probably should be a little bit higher than Looney, Horford, and Thompson. Maybe even Smart, because he's shown you the damage he could do on both sides of the court. I love Wiggins. Stands out to me. I love Wiggins. Draymond's okay, but Draymond is not giving you those numbers that you need on a consistent basis. Last 5 games, 31, 19, 28, 30, 39. So I'll take the 39. 30, okay. What did that consist of? That consisted of 10 points, 2 steals, 1 block, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. I'll take the 31.25 fantasy points, and I'll take the 39. I don't want anything lower than that, though. I'm looking for 35 fantasy points from Draymond Green. He can't be out there for 40 minutes, you know, doing nothing. I'm sorry. Robert Williams. This could definitely be a Robert Williams series, especially if they don't. Yeah, they're gonna have to start Looney. They can't play around and mess around and not. Even though Williams is like 6'8", he ain't no tall. He's not a tall center, but he plays above the rim. He's quick, and if they don't put a body on him, if they don't put Looney on him, he'll have 80 rebounds. So they're definitely gonna have to play. They definitely have to play Looney. From my view, Derek White's in play. He's even getting more minutes. Grant Williams' minutes has come down a little bit. Otto Porter, I'm sure they'll play him if he's healthy. So he's in play. Pritchard, I'm going to have to lay off of Pritchard for now because his minutes went down in the last series. Kuminga, Tice, everybody else not in play. So my player pool stops at Otto Porter. So, and as far as captains go, I'm telling you right now, I know some people are gonna, very few people, not most of you guys, but very few people are gonna have a heart attack because I'm not gonna give you the finals plays. I'm gonna run through the player pool and drop some information and let you build your own lineup. But yeah, I'd stop at Otto Porter, and that's being generous. Realistically, I'd like to stop at Derek White, but I know you'll need value. As far as captains go, I think any starter will be viable. Mostly any starter will be viable for captain. So Ricky Williams, Robert Williams and up are viable for captain. Even Poole. I know I said I wouldn't play anybody off the bench, but besides Poole, Poole's a important piece to what they're doing. So Bobby Williams and up is viable for a captain spot. We're gonna jump to DraftKings. New here, welcome. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up. I know the last video I didn't give y'all plays. One person thumbs down the video. That's not like gonna do anything for me. If you're really having a hard time building a showdown lineup, you can just DM me and ask me for help. But playing with the video like isn't that doesn't interfere with my day. It just shows me that I have some, there's one, immature person watching. What everyone needs to understand is that a lot of these DFS channels, they don't give you plays. I've been giving you plays for almost a whole year. It's the last 7 games of the NBA season. It's a showdown slate. I don't need to give you plays because the player pool is right here. It's like an open book test. So I give you the information so you can formulate your own opinion and build your own lineup, which 99% of you do. You know what I'm saying? But there's, the 1% that get upset because I'm not giving you the lineup. Well, what you need to know is that doesn't affect me, and I have time today, so I'm going to address it. If you watch the video, you listen to what I have to say, you could probably build a lineup, or 2, or 3. If you're not watching the video, and you want to just run to my plays, and they're not there, and then you dislike the video, that doesn't help anyone. I'm not losing any sleep. You DM me, hey Chapo, listen, I'm having trouble with Showdown. I'll help you. I'll help everybody that DM me. But when you just try to play on my video, that's like coming to somebody's job and messing with their stuff. It's not very bright. We're gonna jump to Fanduel. It is the 1st of the month, so Patreon's alive. If you do need a full lineup, a complete lineup, a few lineups, check out the Patreon. Each tier has the finals, NBA finals, has MLB, MMA, NASCAR, PGA. Because basketball is slowing down, I put all those other sports in there. So, if you want full lineups, check it out. Links in the description. Other than that, just pay attention to the video, and this is an open book test. You have all the answers that you need. For Fanduel, Tatum, Curry, Jaylen Brown, Wiggins, Horford, Smart, Draymond, Poole, Looney, Robert Williams, Derek White, all in play. I'm probably going to stop there because I don't know who Steve Kerr's going to play off the bench. He has to play people other than Poole, but who? Who's it going to be? If Porter's healthy, he's going to play Otto Porter for sure. We know that. Otto Porter's in play if he's ruled in healthy. Bielitsa is a question mark. I'm sure you would think they need Kuminga to try to guard Tatum and Brown. We don't know what Kerr's going to do. Damian Lee might play. We don't know. I don't feel great telling you to play Damian Lee or Bielitsa or Kuminga and then they get a DNP, you know, because veteran players will know things like that happen, but you know, people that are newer to DFS will be like, oh, Chapo told me to play Bielitsa and he got a DNP, so I'm not even gonna recommend Bielitsa. Listen to my player pool: Tatum, Curry, Brown, Wiggins, Horford, Smart, Klay Thompson, Draymond, Poole, Kevin Looney, Robert Williams, Derek White, and Otto Porter if he's healthy. That's my player pool. If Porter is not healthy, Grant Williams jumps into my player pool, and that's, in an emergency, because Grant Williams will play. I don't feel confident in Kuminga, even though I know he'll play. I think he'll play. Damian Lee, even if he plays, it's going to be for a few minutes, and this is going to be a close game. Kerr's going to keep his guys out there, in the high 30s minutes. So I'm not trying to play any bench player besides Poole. And Bobby Williams on Fanduel looks too cute. He looks too low. His value, his price is too low. So Robert Williams will definitely be in some of my lineups because I'm using his value at 9,500. I don't think he should be cheaper than Looney, but Looney did have a great series. And I think Draymond is a little bit too high, but I'll sprinkle him in very few lineups and hope for the best. So hopefully this breakdown helps you formulate lineups that will help you win. If you really need help after watching this video and you're not sure and you need some type of guidance, DM me. I'll be more than happy to help you. And for the rest of you that don't have time to mess around with this and you want a lineup sent to you, check out the Patreon, links in the description. Other than that, good luck to you, and I'll